Hey guys, my name is Grant Cotuzo, and for this project, I decided to interview Lingo Tuzo, which, as you can tell, is a family member of mine. So, Lingo Tuzo is an administrative manager at Williams Landscape, which is a landscaping company operating in Southern California. And Lynn has been working for the company for over 10 years now. Also, a little fact about Williams Landscape is that they've been in business since 1964, providing landscape maintenance service across Southern California during that time. The company mainly operates on golf courses and residential areas, and their services include landscape maintenance and design, irrigation maintenance and installation, and disease and pest control. The company is a small business with just under 30 workers across all locations. It is a family business that has had the same owner since the beginning. When it comes to competition, their main competitors are local landscape companies, which can be large in numbers depending on which area it is. Lynn is involved with the strategy since the interviewee works directly under the boss and she generates new strategic actions to take. Once she presents her ideas to the boss, it is up to him to decide whether to approve it or not. But for the most part, she's the one coming up with the plans for the company to take to become successful. After conducting the interview, I found the competition of the industry to be very interesting. This is because of the nature of the industry tends to force many landscaping companies to strive to be the cheapest and the low-cost leaders of the area. However, there are exceptions, like the landscaping company is working in a high-end area like a professional golf course or expensive homes. And if that's the case, then they don't have to worry about low costs as much as the majority of landscaping companies. However, for the majority of the places that Williams Landscape operates in, there's a constant pressure from homeowner associations for the company to be low cost leaders. This can be very damaging to the business. Within Williams Landscape, especially when the economy is bad, homeowner associations will tend to disregard the quality of the service and will hire any company that offers the cheapest cost to their service. This means that there is rarely any loyalty from their business partners, and those people will always try and get the best deals. For example, during the interview, Lynn explained how they lost business to another company, and after the first couple months, the ex clients were actually dissatisfied with their service, but still kept the other business as a business partner because they were saving money with them. So in order to maintain business at Williams Landscape, they have to maintain their status as the low-cost leader in order to stay alive, or else no one will hire them. And this causes the company to cut costs in other areas to maintain profits. So in overall, for this point of the industry and being the low-cost leader, I believe Lim was able to provide the right information to confirm that they are able to be the cost leaders in the local area and generate business by making the necessary trade-offs to stay alive as a business. The second interesting point that was brought up during the interview was how tough the industry is to maintain profits. This could be due to the high threats of entrance in the landscaping service industry. During the interview, Len had mentioned how there's always new companies that Williams Landscape has not yet accounted for, but will be competing for bids and new business deals. For example, with many of these small landscaping companies, it is tough to know if your company has a competitive advantage or not based off the how there's a lack of information in the industry. It's hard to find information on other companies and how they're tackling some business and opportunities. So she also provided insights saying that it's fairly easy for someone to start up a landscaping company. There's not really huge barriers. For example, the equipment is fairly cheap to buy and the wages are pretty cheap. Like most of the time, it's just minimum wage. And this means that Williams Landscape must always be on the lookout for new businesses to arise so that they can develop the right strategical actions for the company to take to reduce the competition. However, threats and competitions are not always other companies. A competition could be a young neighbor who will mow someone else's lawn for $5. And in this situation, it kind of makes it a little bit impossible to beat for a company like Women's Landscape to try and get their business. Also, a threat can be if a homeowner decides to do their own yard work from now on and they don't need to hire services to do it for them. And with no contract in most of the cases, the threat of losing business is always around for Lynn's Landscape. That is why Lynn is always marketing for new potential clients to ensure that there is a steady stream of revenue for the company. Overall, the company must consider the external environment with every decision they make. They have to know the strength and portray it to the audience. Overall, I believe I got some useful insight with the interview with Lynn. For example, I was able to realize no matter how big or small the company is, there tends to be always a set of complex problems that any company has to deal with and use strategy for. Also, it was nice getting the experience of interviewing someone for research purposes and collecting the findings to be able to see the big picture of what was happening in the company. And then I believe the most important things to share with you guys is how strategic every company needs to be, no matter what industry it is. And especially when it comes to industries like landscaping, where the services are almost always the same, the company needs to use creativity and almost perfect customer service. Most importantly, needs to find a way to offer the most value for the cost that they're asking for. Thank you guys, and I hope you all learned a little bit from watching this video.